13 Strange Facts About Canada. A place where guests are invited to have fun with the host's wife. Canada, the land of stunning maple leaves, is not only renowned for its breathtaking natural landscapes, but also for its unique cultural traditions that are often astonishing. From the Amish communities living in isolation, where women must wear bonnets, refrain from cutting their hair, and are not allowed to wear jewelry, to the special ways Canadians welcome guests, where you might find yourself invited to spend an entire evening having fun with the host's family and unable to refuse, the country has many surprising customs. Even more surprising, in Newfoundland and Labrador, there were times when taxes could be paid with a seals flipper. Get ready to explore these intriguing facts about this fascinating country with us in this video. Let's dive right in with me. In the far cold northern regions of Canada, the Inuit, one of the world's most resilient and mysterious peoples, have developed a rich cultural heritage deeply intertwined with nature and spirituality. What makes Inuit culture particularly unique and surprising is their approach to hospitality. When a guest is welcomed into an Inuit community, the experience goes beyond a warm meal or a place to sleep for the night. On occasion, the host may extend a special invitation, allowing the guest to have fun or sleep with his wife as a sign of hospitality. For many in Western cultures, this invitation might come as a shock, especially if they are traveling with their own partner. However, in Inuit culture, refusing such an invitation could be seen as disrespectful. Of course, the final decision rests with the wife, and this act is considered a mark of honor, a way of showing respect and gratitude to the guest, rather than just a routine gesture. This unique form of hospitality is also closely tied to the spiritual practices of the Inuit people. They have rituals where lovers may exchange partners with mutual consent and for spiritual purposes. This is witnessed by an angakuk, a shaman, who serves as an intermediary between the human world and the spirit world. These rituals are not merely traditions but a way for the Inuit to connect with the spiritual realm and communicate their beliefs to guests. Canada, a country known for its politeness, also hides some quirky and fascinating laws that might leave you astonished. Let's start with one of the most unusual tax laws in Newfoundland and Labrador, a province famous for its rugged coastline, wild landscapes, and deep ties to Arctic traditions. In the past, living here didn't necessarily mean paying taxes in money. Hard to believe, but at one time, taxes were accepted in seal flippers. This unique tradition stemmed from the local population's reliance on seals for survival. Seal products played an essential role in the local economy, and even today, seal hunting remains part of life in Newfoundland and Labrador, particularly in coastal communities and among indigenous peoples. While paying taxes with seal flippers is no longer a practice, this intriguing piece of history is still alive in the local culture. But the unusual laws don't end with taxes. Canada also has distinct regulations concerning its snowy regions, like the use of sled dogs. For centuries, sled dogs were vital for transportation and resource gathering in the icy terrains of the north. This tradition remains strong in places like Yukon and Nunavut, where sled dogs, particularly the Siberian Husky, continue to be indispensable companions on long, challenging journeys. These dogs, with wolf-like features due to shared ancestry, are celebrated for their teamwork and loyalty, making them trusted partners in harsh conditions. Laws in these regions are designed to ensure proper treatment of sled dogs, considering them essential companions in the brutal Arctic environment. Regulations cover the number of dogs required for a sled, as well as the proper care and maintenance needed to keep them in top condition. Now we are going to delve into the mysterious world of the Amish community, which seems like a time capsule, living completely isolated from the fast-paced modern world. Among them, Amish women stand out with their traditional clothing, which is not only symbolic but also reflects their deep values of modesty, simplicity, and profound respect for their faith. In this culture, clothing is not meant to make an individual impression, but to blend into the community and demonstrate piety. Amish women typically wear long, simple dresses, mostly in dark colors like navy, black, or brown, without patterns or decorations. Their arms are always covered to signify humility, and their long hair, never cut, is hidden under a bonnet that symbolizes obedience to their family and faith. Interestingly, they do not use buttons, as buttons are seen as a symbol of modernity and military influence. Instead, they fasten their garments with hooks and eyes. From a young age, Amish girls are taught to obey their fathers, and after marriage, they continue to care for their families, raise children, and support their husbands. The Amish community follows the belief that these traditional roles are God's will. They live apart from the outside world, avoiding electricity, cars, and even telephones, believing that modern life's temptations could lead them away from their faith. For Amish women, their simple clothing, lack of jewelry, and makeup are not just about modesty, but also about striving to avoid vanity. What do you think? Could you live like the Amish? A life centered around faith, family, and free from technology? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Canada has become a holy land for the North American film industry, particularly in the cities of Vancouver and Toronto. These cities offer a rich variety of landscapes, from dense forests and mountains to coastlines, making them ideal for filming all kinds of movies, from action blockbusters to romantic dramas. Many viewers would be surprised to learn that the epic scenes they thought were filmed in the US were actually shot in Canada. Familiar movie scenes set in New York or San Francisco are sometimes nothing more than street corners in Toronto or Vancouver. What makes Canada so attractive to filmmakers? Beyond its diverse landscapes, the Canadian government offers significant tax incentives for film productions. Thanks to these encouraging policies, production costs in Canada can be much lower than in major US cities. This has attracted a large number of Hollywood filmmakers to shift their productions north, earning Canada the nickname Hollywood North. One fascinating fact is that many beloved films and TV shows that American audiences adore were actually filmed in Canada. For instance, the iconic TV series had several memorable scenes shot in Vancouver, while the famous movie was filmed in Toronto. These secrets have made Canada an essential part of the global entertainment industry, even though many viewers remain unaware of its role. Not only are films and TV shows filmed here, but many popular music videos also choose Canada as their backdrop. From grand scenes in famous pop star music videos to brand commercials, Canada is increasingly establishing itself as a prime location for artistic expression. First of all, traveling to Canada is quite easy, especially if you're coming from the US or Europe. Major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary are well connected by direct flights from the US, with competitive prices ranging from large airlines to budget carriers. And if you're a coffee lover, don't worry. A cup of coffee in Canada typically costs between $2 and $3, comparable to prices in New York or Los Angeles. When it comes to food, Canada offers a wide array of options, from upscale restaurants to casual eateries. A mid-range meal typically costs between $15 to $30 per person, and you'll easily find international cuisine in major cities like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. If you're on a budget, street food and fast food are great alternatives, with meals typically priced under $10. Accommodation prices in Canada vary depending on the location. In Toronto or Vancouver, a mid-range hotel costs between $100 to $150 per night. In smaller towns or more remote areas, prices are generally lower, especially if you're okay with basic amenities. If you're looking for an affordable and adventurous way to experience nature, consider camping in Canada's national parks. It's a fantastic way to enjoy the country's natural beauty on a budget. Nature is Canada's biggest attraction, and fortunately, it's mostly free. From hiking the majestic Rocky Mountains to kayaking on crystal-clear lakes to exploring vast grasslands, you can enjoy the outdoors without breaking the bank. Many national parks have very low entry fees, allowing you to take in breathtaking views for a fraction of the cost. Getting around major cities like Toronto and Montreal is also convenient and affordable, thanks to reliable public transportation systems, with daily or weekly passes ideal for visitors. If you're looking to explore Canada on a longer journey, Via Rail, Canada's national train service, offers a memorable experience. While the travel time may not be the fastest, the stunning scenery along the route is well worth the ride. Finally, Canada has plenty of free or low-cost cultural activities, including museums and public events, especially in the summer. Montreal, for example, is famous for its free festivals and street performances when the weather warms up, offering a great chance to immerse yourself in local culture without worrying about the cost. Whether you're into hiking, camping, or simply want to immerse yourself in pristine nature, Canada is definitely an ideal destination. In many parts of Canada, There's a fun and unique wedding tradition called the. This tradition, especially popular in rural areas or smaller communities, invites children to participate in a playful activity during the wedding reception. Typically, when the festivities are in full swing and everyone is dancing, a family member will toss Canada's $2 coins onto the dance floor. The children then eagerly rush to collect the coins, creating a lively and joyful scene full of laughter. The charm of this tradition lies not only in the fun it provides for the kids, but also in its symbolic meaning of sharing and good fortune. Canadians believe that the act of tossing coins at a wedding brings happiness to the couple, wishing them a life of abundance and prosperity together. Moreover, it reflects the strong sense of community in Canada, a country known for its hospitality and tight-knit neighborhoods. This simple yet meaningful tradition is a delightful cultural feature that often surprises and delights tourists who get to witness it. When you think of Canada, chances are you'll immediately think of maple syrup, the country's iconic culinary treasure. With over 75% of the world's maple syrup supply coming from Canada, the maple syrup industry is both economically significant and a point of national pride. This natural sweetener is not only a popular food, but also an integral part of Canada's culture and economy. What's even more fascinating is that maple syrup has a dramatic history, rivaling any economic battle. In 2012, the infamous maple syrup heist took place, where thousands of barrels of syrup worth millions of dollars were stolen from a large storage facility in Quebec. This heist not only shocked the public but also exposed the tight control over the maple syrup supply, with strict regulations governing its production. With such high standards and stringent rules, the maple syrup industry is fiercely competitive. From tapping maple trees to processing and exporting the syrup, every step is closely monitored. For Canadians, maple syrup is more than just a food product. It's a source of pride, a tradition they're committed to preserving. Maple syrup isn't just an ordinary product, it carries a deeper meaning. It symbolizes perseverance, a close bond with nature, and is a quintessential part of Canadian identity. Visitors to Canada often look forward to sampling this unique flavor and taking home bottles of pure maple syrup as a special souvenir. Niagara Falls, a stunning natural wonder straddling the border between Canada and the US, is one of the most iconic tourist destinations in the world, drawing millions of visitors every year with its awe-inspiring waterfalls plunging from dizzying heights. Niagara has become a symbol of the raw power of nature. Many come to not only admire its beauty, but also to experience the thrill of standing near the base of the falls, hearing the deafening roar of the cascading water. On the Canadian side, visitors are treated to a panoramic view of the vast falls, offering an unforgettable perspective of this natural marvel. Exciting activities include boat tours that take you right up to the base of the falls, cable car rides offering a breathtaking aerial view, and even walking tours through the surrounding caves. These experiences allow you to fully appreciate the grandeur and magnificence of Niagara. Beyond its natural beauty, Niagara Falls is steeped in rich history, from daring feats of individuals attempting to go over the falls in barrels, to the industrialization of the area in the 19th century. Niagara has become a symbol not only of beauty, but also of human courage and determination. Niagara Falls is also a popular destination for couples seeking a romantic wedding venue, creating unforgettable memories in one of the most dramatic and enchanting settings imaginable. With its grandeur and romance, Niagara has become a symbol of enduring love, attracting thousands of couples every year. Ultimately, a visit to Niagara Falls is not just about witnessing a breathtaking natural wonder. It's about feeling the infinite power of nature and deepening our appreciation and respect for the beauty the earth has to offer. Canada is a country full of astonishing and awe-inspiring records, from its pristine air to its breathtaking landscapes. It never fails to amaze. Did you know that Canada ranks third in the world for air quality, behind only Estonia and Macau? This is largely due to the fact that 31% of Canada's land is covered by vast forests, which make up over 10% of the world's total forested area, an immense green space. But that's not all. Canada also holds the record for the longest international border in the world, stretching an impressive 8,891 kilometers, shared with the United States. This remarkable achievement is a testament to the long-standing friendship between the two nations. If you find yourself in Toronto, make sure to visit Yonge Street, the longest street in the world, stretching an incredible 56 kilometers. This is longer than many famous runways across the globe, Speaking of runways, here's a fun fact. In the small town of St. Paul, Alberta, there is a runway built specifically for extraterrestrial visitors. Constructed in 1967, it is the first runway in the world designed for UFOs, and there's even a quirky UFO museum in the town. While there's no official confirmation of any UFO visits, it remains a fascinating stop for those intrigued by the unknown. If you're planning a trip to Canada, rest assured that getting around is easy. Canada ranks third in the world for the number of airports, with over 1,467 airports across the country, trailing only the US and Brazil. Just plan your trip, make sure your passport is up to date, and check if you need a visa or electronic travel authorization to enter. With records and unique features like these, Canada is certainly a must-visit destination for every explorer. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, affectionately known as the Mounties, is a symbol of Canada recognized worldwide. With their iconic red uniforms and majestic horses, the Mounties represent more than just law enforcement. They embody justice, loyalty, and the enduring values of Canada. Their presence is a proud symbol not only of the nation's commitment to law and order, but also of its deep respect for tradition and community. The Mounties have a long and storied history with many unique traditions. They patrol urban areas and venture into remote regions, ensuring safety and security across Canada's vast provinces and territories. Beyond their role in law enforcement, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police also plays a crucial part in preserving the cultural heritage of Canada, particularly in advocating for and protecting the rights of Indigenous communities. Their duties extend beyond maintaining public order. They are often involved in international peacekeeping missions, disaster relief efforts, and community outreach programs. These contributions have earned them the trust and admiration of Canadians and people around the world. Over time, the Mounties have become an integral part of popular culture, frequently appearing in movies, artwork, and even on Canadian souvenirs. They stand as an enduring symbol of Canada's history and identity, familiar to anyone who has visited the country or seen its stories portrayed on the global stage.